Hey there, Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about what to look for when you are buying a stock. And before we dive in, if you're ready for financial freedom right now, comment freedom below in the comments. And if you're really serious about becoming financially free at a young age, click the link below this video in the description and I can help you do that. And if you guys want more great content like this, make sure and hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. All right, let's talk about what to look for when investing in a stock. And I am talking about investing in individual stocks. This is not investing in a fund which holds a bunch of stocks inside of it. It's just individual stocks, so they are individual companies like Amazon or Facebook or Google. They are particular companies. And I actually keep this fairly simple when I invest in stocks. And the reason I do this is because I am a long-term investor. So I am not doing any day trading. I'm not buying a stock and selling it the same day or the next day or in a week or in a month. I'm holding it for the long term. So at least a year, if not more. And the reason I like to do that is because it's a lot less risky and you don't have to watch the stock market like crazy when you are investing for the long term. And I'm not saying investing for 40 years. Like I said, it could be at least a year. It could be 2 or 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But it's not day trading. And let me just go over a few things that I look for when I am buying a stock. And just to let you guys know, I have been investing in stocks for about 5 years and I've done really well. I feel like I've done well. For my strategy, where it's keeping it so simple, I've been able to make over 100% return on my investment in stocks. So I was actually able to purchase a property last year, my 4th property last year, by taking out a huge chunk of my stocks and then putting it toward my down payment on my property. And I was able to do this because I knew how to invest in stocks and I had a really good return on my stocks. And I decided I wanted to switch over my investment from stocks into real estate. I didn't want to have quite as much money in stocks and I wanted a little more in real estate. So that's what I ended up doing. So as far as looking for criteria when buying a stock, I look for companies that I am familiar with. So it's a company that I have heard of, if not used, or I know that a bunch of my friends are using it. For example, one of the stocks that I have bought is Netflix. I have a ton of friends that have a Netflix account that watch Netflix all the time, and people talk about Netflix all the time. So when I bought it, it was a while ago, and it was just, it was still popular. It was still a good company, but it wasn't quite as popular, but I felt like it was going to trend upward. So I was willing to take the risk and invest quite a bit in Netflix. And it has gone up a lot since I first bought Netflix. And I've bought more. I didn't just buy one share of Netflix in the beginning. I bought a few shares and then I bought a few more shares and a few more and a few more. So I felt like that was a really good company. I knew what it was and I knew a lot of people were using it. So I could kind of see that it would trend upward. And, that's a couple things that I look for, something I'm familiar with, and if it looks like it's going to continue to be a stable company and continue to grow over time, become an even better company. So those are two things that I look for. And a lot of people look at companies' financial statements, and I honestly don't do that. And you might think I'm crazy, but the way I do it, it still works for me. It has worked, and I've seen a great return on my investments. And I don't like to spend a lot of time doing a lot of research on stocks. So I actually don't look at the financials. And I feel like the financials don't actually have a lot to do with the stock price and how it's performing in the market. It's kind of, how do I say it? It's kind of based off of people's opinions and stories about the company. It's not actually based off financials entirely. So I don't feel like I need to spend time reading over a whole bunch of financial statements to determine if it's a good company. Yeah, so it's something that I'm already familiar with. I'm familiar with the company. I've seen it in the marketplace. I can see how it's performing. And, I do a little research online and look to see what articles are out about the company and, how the CEO is handling the company. And, I kind of look and see how long the company has been around and and then I make my decision, like, is this going to be a good investment for the long term or is it not? And if I don't feel like it's a stable enough company for me, then I don't invest in it. And I also try to look for leaders in the marketplace. I feel like Amazon is one of the top leaders and for their niche. So I've invested in Amazon as well. And, that's kind of how I do it. And if you guys are interested in more of a structured breakdown on exactly what I look for and how I do it, I have an investing course. It's called Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours, and I'll leave the link below this video in the description, and you can check it out if you're interested in that. But hopefully this kind of just gives you an idea on what to look for when you are purchasing a stock. I honestly don't feel like you need to read a ton of financial statements, and there's even people, there's some other YouTubers that I've followed, and they'll say, okay, yeah, I examined the financial statements and thought this was going to be a really good company, and so I invested in it, and then it bombed, it tanked. So it actually wasn't worth their time to look at their financials. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful, and it kind of just, gives you that idea on, yeah, you can invest in good companies without it being super difficult, honestly. And yeah, if you want to keep it super simple, definitely check out my course, and it gives you more of a structured breakdown on exactly what I look for and how I do it. And also how I have been able to make $5,000 just off one stock. I talk about that in my course. I go into detail on when I first purchased, why I purchased, and when I decided to sell. I go through my entire thought process on that. So that might be helpful for you. And if you guys did find this video helpful, please like it and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information, who's interested in buying their first stock or just getting started investing in the stock market. And you guys, please comment below and tell me what other videos you want to see. This was actually a comment that someone gave, so I was happy to do this video. So please comment below and let me know what other videos you want me to do. And tell me if you found this helpful or not, and any other ideas or tips that you might have on how you're able to successfully invest in stocks if you've started investing in stocks. I would love to hear that as well. If you are serious about becoming financially free at a young age, don't forget to click the link below this video in the description, and I can help you do that. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks.